everybody. Welcome to this episode of Think Business. Looking forward to talking with Ashley Stanford. Ashley, it's great to connect with you. Digital marketing consultant, freelance expert, more than 15 years of experience in the space. You specialize in just mapping strategic execution, collaborations, optimizing tactics that drive increased performance for your clients, which I'm really looking forward to diving in and learning a little bit more about you. I like to start every episode talking a little bit about where's your stuck. I'm a business coach. I work with people all over the globe who are successful but stuck. Where is a recent stuck that you've had in your business, and how did you get unstuck?
Sure. So I would say a recent area where we've been stuck is, I would say, shiny object syndrome. Which can definitely get you stuck, especially working in a world of tech where there's so many ways you could take your company. Sure. And I've found that you need a clear end goal. And most importantly, because sometimes you got to stay flexible on that goal, but most importantly, you need decision-making filters to get unstuck, because getting unstuck can be extremely tricky, especially for many entrepreneurs who may suffer from that shiny object syndrome. And when you find yourself stuck, it's so easy to derail. But if you have a clear end goal and decision-making filters, it's easier to get past that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, having a decision, a formula to make a decision is key. I find when I work with clients, sometimes they have a really difficult time if they don't have a decision-making tree, actually making a decision. So yeah, thanks for that, Ashley. That was great.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about your business. You are in the digital marketing space. I think sometimes people, don't know exactly what that means. And so let's define it. What does it mean?
Sure. So in my mind, digital marketing is marketing tactics that exist in the digital world to help you achieve your end goal.
Yeah.
Typically in the world that I work in, I have a long history in medical device, fintech, and events and entertainment.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that end goal is usually tied to revenue. So just supporting and increasing revenue.
Yeah. All right. So how should people, a business is listening right now. They are a, mid-sized company. What should be the first kind of 3 things that they should be thinking about?
Sure. I would say from a digital marketing perspective, the 3 main components that I've seen over the last, let's say, 1.5 to 2 years that always work, that I include in every strategic/tactical plan for marketing, is social advertising. It just works, helps
Yeah.
you reach your audience, no matter what platform that is. Email, SMS, and I'd say 4 things. I definitely would hover
Okay.
on that referral marketing/influencer marketing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And those working together is really a magic formula. You can't have one.
You can't have one, or you can?
I suggest not having one. When you have all of those working together, what you're going to find is your cost per acquisition is going to come down. It's that idea of all boats rise with the tide.
Yeah. Let's talk about price per acquisition. I think sometimes people don't know what that is, right? So what does it cost to not only get a client, but then what is the lifetime value of a client? And so can you talk about how you walk your clients through that to help them figure that out?
Sure. So what we'll do on a weekly, monthly basis when I'm working with my clients is, one, we're looking at all of our hard costs. What is the cost of our advertising spend? What is the cost of our email tool? What is the cost of our social referral marketing? And what is the cost of SMS? If you've got more, you add more.
Yeah.
And then from there, we look at how much revenue is generated directly from those marketing channels. And from there, we kind of calculate what we'd call our return on spend. And
Yeah.
that can help give us an idea between that customer acquisition cost.
Yeah. And think community, it's really important to not only that, but determine kind of when you get a client, your lifetime value of that client. And so then you can actually reverse engineer based on the avatar that you're marketing to on what your spend may be, is or can be. Talk about uh, consistency, right? I think sometimes people say, "Oh, well, maybe I'll try it for a month or 3 months." Like, what is the right amount of time to do a strategy like you're talking about?
Yeah, great question. Typically, in the more corporate marketing world, we're creating strategies that are for a calendar year. And from there, we're breaking it up into a tactical plan broken up by quarter. And what we'll do is we'll deep dive each quarter, every, week, month, of course, we're measuring certain things that are important. And really those consistent tracking measures of weekly, monthly are important from a standpoint of, making sure mistakes aren't made, which can happen easily in Facebook budgets and things like that. But on a quarterly basis, we really dive in and see, is this actually working and what needs to be optimized? And, a lot of people do give up too quickly and don't have that filter of optimization. They'll say, I
Yeah,
tried it, it didn't work. I changed a couple things. It's not for my business. And I grew up loving video games, as many people
yeah,
do. And
yeah,
my brother and I had one, maybe two video games growing up. So we had to replay them over and over and over again. And you have to learn to make new games for yourself. So maybe we'd say, okay, let's time ourselves and see how quickly we can beat this, or let's see how many coins we can get during this iteration of beating the game. And
yeah. Game of
I take
yeah,
that approach in all my marketing of what's that one little thing that we can keep tweaking and refining and keep seeing the needle going up.
yeah. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's I love what you're talking about. Rewind with me. You have 15 years of experience. How did you know? I don't believe that success is ever a straight line, but how did you get to where you are today? And who is a mentor that kind of planted a seed early on?
Great question, and pretty straightforward and easy for me to pinpoint why I picked digital marketing or marketing in general as a career. It was the only class in high school that I did well in.
Okay, there you go. All right, good.
Yeah, simple as that. So
Who
I
is
would say
who is the teacher? Who is the teacher? How was
his
the
name,
teacher?
yeah, the teacher was great. His name was Mr. Zira. Shout out to him. Uh, Between him and my dad, who was a small business owner and let me, starting in high school, help him with his marketing, that, really built my confidence, helped me learn how to combine passions that I was experiencing as a child and teen with my career. And that's kind of what led me on this journey and how I've always, found it to be fun.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. What's one lesson you would have what's one of the biggest lessons you've learned in growing your business?
Hmm. So I would say about 10 years ago, I read this book. It's called The Desire Map. It's by Danielle Laporte. I actually have it on my desk because I revisit it often. And I was
Let
just
me
talking about it with a friend.
the
I know you
desire
might not
map.
have a video, but it's called The Desire Map. And it's really a workbook. And, it takes you a few days if you really dive into it to complete this. It takes you through all these exercises to really delve into each area of your life. And as you complete all these exercises, at the end of the book, essentially you come out with a list of 3 to 5 core desired feelings. And I do this about every 2-3 years because we grow and evolve as humans, and the way that I want to feel and live my life every day evolves and changes. But one word that has always come through for me is freedom. Now, I'll also preface that with saying very lucky living in America. We define freedom as something very differently than many others. But when I first started this, I was much younger, and the word freedom to me only had to do with money. I was like, I want to make as much as I can, then I can live whatever life I want. And as I grew and evolved and did this, the word freedom was still there, but it had a different meaning for me. And this time it meant time. I had worked myself so hard. I had 2 small children. Now they're a little bit older, but I have 2 children, and time becomes the more precious commodity. And, as I grew in my career and was able to, find that sense of financial freedom, find that sense of time freedom, that word still comes through for me as I do this, but now it has a different meaning again. And right now it's in this meaning that has to do with opportunity. So once you have like that financial and time freedom, now you have the freedom of opportunity and choosing what projects you take on, choosing things that are going to give you energy in life every day.
That's really important. That's really important. One of my favorite quotes by Tony Robbins is success without fulfillment equals failure. And I think it's really important. I love everything that you just shared. And I think sometimes people don't put enough stock into that. Tell the people what icecreamsocial.io, who your ideal clients are and how they can connect with you.
Sure. Ice Cream Social is a social referral tool. Might be hard to pick that up off of the name. We can talk about that another day. You can, primarily our largest clients are in the events and entertainment industry. So if you're looking to sell tickets, sell time slots, whatever the case may be, something that has to do with like travel, tourism, events, fun, experiences, Ice Cream Social is a great way to grow your customer database, your first party data, and of course, more referral sales.
Yep. It's great. It's great. I love it. All right, let's do a quick speed round. You have a bunch of books behind you. What's a book that's had the biggest impact on you?
Oh, shoot. Okay, so besides the Desire Map, one that I loved that I wish I read when I was younger, although it probably wouldn't hit as hard when I'm younger, is Extreme Ownership. And just, I think that would have helped me growing up, from your 20s to 30s and beyond, set more boundaries in my life and live life for me than for others. And even if you think you already take ownership of everything in your life, until you read that book, you're going to realize that you actually don't. There's a lot of places that you can improve on.
That's awesome. Best piece of wisdom you've ever received?
Advocate for yourself, no matter what that is, whether it's your health, living a life that you want to live, happiness. You got to be your own advocate, because nobody else, even if you think they care, no one's going to care as much as you about yourself.
Amen to that. That is huge advice. Last question, finish the sentence. One thing everybody can do to define with specific and measurable detail their clear end goal is?
Can you ask me the question a different way?
One thing everybody can do to identify and create their clear end goal is?
I would say you got to have a clear understanding of not only what you want to achieve and, what that looks like financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You have to define all of those areas of your life. Otherwise, what you'll find is you'll get to the end and you'll have reached the goal, but you don't feel the way you wanted to feel. And so you want to make sure you clearly define every area of your life and what it's going to look like when you reach that goal.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. This was great. This was great, Ashley. I loved everything that you had to share. Think community. We talk a lot about this on the show about really defining and building the life that you want and the business that you want. Ashley, I love this show because as a business coach who works with people who are successful but stuck and get them unstuck, I get to have guests like you who continually get people guidance to get unstuck, and you did that today. I just want to extract one thing, which is think community, define everything you want, and reverse engineer on how to get it. I think it's great. Ashley, tell people one more time how they can connect with you and learn more about you.
Sure. You can connect with me at icecreamsocial.io or ashley-stanford.com.
That's great. Stay on the line a minute, Ashley. And think community, you can reach me at jondwoskin.com. Thanks, everybody. Ashley, this was great.
Thank you.